Now, when it comes to the next trailer we're about to see, the time has finally come. There was a time a few years ago that we thought we will never see this feature, that this thing would never see the light of day, especially when it was unjustifiably turned into a tax write-off. And my God, did the company receive massive backlash from it. But then over the years, as much as people protested and demanded for the release of this picture, especially when those lucky few who have seen it, they were giving it high praise, eventually it did end up being rescued, and now we're actually getting closer and closer to actually see it be released. And not just that, but also to see it be released on the big screen. Man, it's kind of wild to think that, you know, again, it was only a few years ago in which I would talk about this movie and how it may be lost media, but now things have changed, and now this has become, for animation fans, this is easily one of, if not the most anticipated movie of the year. And so, without further ado, it is now time that we are going to go and check out the trailer for the anticipated live action and animation hybrid movie, Coyote versus ACME.
The ACME Corporation is releasing this film for accounting purposes only. We do not condone any of the storylines depicted.
And that was Coyote versus ACME, to which the movie is going to be coming out in theaters on August 28th. So, after all the years, or just those few years so far during this decade, after all this time, so far, based on what we have seen in this trailer, is it worth it to save this? Well, if I can be honest, guys, so far it's very promising. Like, oh man, like if there is one thing, I might as well get this out of the way. I mean, the most prominent thing that we are seeing here in this trailer is that it's going to deliver in terms of the comedy, that even though this is technically a live action animation hybrid, it is going to go all out in terms of that Looney Tunes style wackiness and zaniness. Like really the kind where you just expect the unexpected and really go crazy with whatever scenarios they may face, rather it be with the Coyote trying to get the Road Runner, or if it's Wile E. Coyote teaming up with the lawyers trying to go and take down the ACME Corporation. It feels like, honestly, with each of these shots, they're showing like a lot of the unexpected, wild craziness that's going to be in store. And I'll admit, like from the first time watching this, it definitely had me laughing, where like even when you see like whatever scenarios are going on, like even with this moment right over here, just to play again.
We're sick of it. Hack me, hack you. Nothing is here.
Like, especially with a lot of damage towards cars that's gonna happen, like not just with that one, but like there's even a moment where like a piano just drops onto a car. Like, oh, where was it? It was like somewhere at the start of it or something like that. Like, oh yeah, like right over here. Like suddenly like you would get something like this occur. Oh man, so like, yeah, of course, like it's basically about like, you know, these amateur lawyers where they're about to go and discover a big secret that could go and take down a big corporation. So it's going to be exciting to go and see like how this plot is really going to go and unfold, to go and reveal like what's, you know, like what is it that Like, what's the big secret that Acme is trying to hide from the public? And also, speaking of which, one gag that for me, honestly, is a standout. And I gotta say, I gotta applaud Ketchup Entertainment for doing that jab towards Warner Brothers specifically, is right over here, actually. Like this part, which I gotta say, honestly, out of all the trailers I've seen, this is the funniest in terms of just the way they show their logo. Like, basically showing off that this is technically produced by Warner Brothers, and then just really zooming down saying that it's a wholly owned subsidiary of the Acme Corporation. Now, I don't know if it is like a full-on jab towards Warner Brothers, the Warner Brothers Discovery, or maybe it's like a jab at like the new owners with Paramount, because yeah, I mean, Paramount has now become a pretty evil corporation now that it is under the Ellisons. But I gotta say, though, it is still funny. And honestly, it is a great joke. So definitely in terms of the comedy, it is absolutely promising. But then there honestly is one criticism that I do have with what we have seen in this trailer. The one thing that would hold me back from saying this is going to be the best movie of the year. And honestly, it's in regards to the animation. And I'm honestly pretty mixed about it. Or I would actually say I'm very mixed about it, because there is a part of me where I could see that the animation is pretty good. But then at the same time, there's also another part where I feel like it's not good, to put it nicely. Like, in terms of the animation, I will say, like, in terms of the visuals themselves, in terms of what was done with the actual animation, especially like with Wile E. Coyote, honestly, I think the animators did great. I think, honestly, they did very well with recreating the classic Looney Tunes style, and especially capturing the reactions of characters like Wile E. Coyote and the other Looney Tunes characters, or even like with the one shot with, like, you just see a quick moment with Daffy Duck going crazy, like right over here.
Stick of it! Hack me! Hack you!
Like, yeah, like, you do have those parts where they do show off the zaniness of the characters pretty well. And like, not to mention, like, with all the squash and stretch, with the dynamic poses, with the crazy expressions that they would do. I mean, they do play a part in why the comedy is actually effective and why it does feel like it is capturing the spirit of the Looney Tunes. But at the same time, however, there is a part where it does look kind of bad, especially with the fact that this is still 3D animation put into a live action environment. And this is not necessarily the same type of 3D style that they would do, like with what they've done with some of the previous Looney Tunes shorts that came out like in the early 2010s, or even with what we recently got with Space Jam: A New Legacy. Like, this one is a lot more stylized, and they want to try to capture the 2D animation style, like to make sure that the characters still look a bit cel shaded. But to be honest, it still looks like 3D that's just weirdly out of place in a live action environment. Like, for me personally, I kind of feel like, because of the foundation of what they're trying to do, like, it's nothing that the artists themselves could go and really try to fix up. I just feel like, honestly, with what they have done there, like, or at least with the 3D, it's, honestly, it just looks, it kind of looks unfinished. It kind of looks a little bit like it's just a quick little thing to go and do, instead of like actually making 3D characters that look like they could be a part of that could be part of that real life background. If anything, honestly, I feel like if you're going to try to go out of your way to make this look like 2D, why don't you actually go and make it 2D in the first place? Why don't you go and use that same craftsmanship that was previously done, like in Looney Tunes Back in Action, for example? I mean, you've provided some 2D animation, some nice 2D animation with Space Jam: A New Legacy. I don't know why you wouldn't go and do it again for something like Coyote versus Acme. So that's why, honestly, I'm just very mixed with the animation. And some people have even brought it up where there are, where it's very similar to the case of the 2021 Tom and Jerry movie. On one hand, there are some that actually do look pretty nice. And there are a few shots like when we saw Porky Pig momentarily, like if I could go and just like back that up a little bit, like when we do see like a shot like with Porky Pig over here, like it does, it does look nice. And maybe like there are some 2D animation that is being used. Like there are some that don't look bad. And when it comes to the animation itself, it actually does look nice. And I think the team at Warner Animation Group did very well, or whatever it's called nowadays. Like, what is it? Warner Brothers Pictures Animation. Like they did well in terms of recreating that classic Looney Tunes style. But then again, with its style itself, it's a double-edged sword, because then again, there's also that aspect in which it does, it feels like it sticks out like a sore thumb. It kind of looks unfinished in a way. Like, I get it, it's trying to go for a different style, but I don't know, there's just something about it that just doesn't work as well. And it kind of makes me wish that it could have gone back to what they did before, like in Back in Action. Just make all the characters 2D animation. And I mean, if it really is the case where some characters like Porky Pig are actually 2D animated, why don't you go and make all the characters 2D animated? Why don't you go and also do that with some like Wile E. Coyote or Foghorn Leghorn or Tweety or Daffy Duck and stuff like that? I don't know. That's honestly my one big criticism so far, where I just feel very mixed about it, where I see some good in it, but at the same time, there's another part of me that's looking at what they're doing with the animation, and it's like, ooh, that kind of looks bad. I don't know. So yeah, but other than that, though, I will say that's just one aspect of the entire movie that still doesn't take away that I'm still very excited for this. I'm still excited to see what is to come. And like a lot of the other factors, however, it's still very solid. And I mean, the performances from the actors, like with what we gotten with Will Arnett and also John Cena and who is it? Is it Lana Condor or Lana Connor? Like, often I kind of mix up between the two. I think it's Lana Condor, but I could be wrong. But either way, like, oh no, Will Forte. Sorry, I meant Will Forte. Oh, wow. I was focusing on one actor to get their name right, and I didn't realize that another one I really messed up. Okay, and it is Lana Condor. Okay, I do apologize. Yes, I do mean Will Forte. So, like, the performances from Will Forte, John Cena, and Lana Condor, so far, they've been very promising so far. They look great. And of course, the comedy is spot on, where it really does feel like a zany Looney Tunes cartoon. So maybe not perfect, but I am still hyped up for what's to come with Coyote versus Acme. So if you are excited to go and check out Coyote versus Acme, then keep in mind that the film shall be coming out in theaters on August 28th. I don't know why, like, suddenly my brain is like, beep, 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 wait. All right, but anyways, with that said, let's now go and pass this on to the chat wall, where I'd like to go and ask you all, what do you all think about the trailer of Coyote versus Acme? Are you guys excited for the movie to go and come out? Are you guys a little bit hesitant? Like, do you have your own criticisms for it? Let me know what you all think now. All right, so let's see now. All right. finally, Coyote vs. Acme is coming to theaters for real this year. You see, David Zaslav, everyone is excited to watch this movie. What do you think people want? More Discovery stuff or something no one else is interested? Like DCEU The Flash? Sorry, man, you made the wrong choice. Anyways, I am looking forward to watching this movie. Great job, Ketchup Entertainment. You saved the movie from tax write-offs. Well, I mean, funny enough, I'm sure that because of what happened with Coyote versus Acme, like especially with the fact that it was a tax write-off and like there was the years of protest to go like and save this movie. I'm sure, like honestly, I think that's like part of a big, that's like part of the big reason why people want to go and check this out and why people are like really excited for it. Like I'll even say, honestly, if Warner Brothers would go and release this normally and not have it be like a tax write-off and stuff like that, I don't think it would be getting as much hype as it would be right now. At least that's my opinion. Anyways, let's see. Oh, this is top dollar stuff right here. Not only are the visual effects great, especially how it blends 2D and 3D in the way Tom and Jerry couldn't, but the jokes are phenomenal, especially the jabs at Acme, and John Cena oddly really works as an evil CEO. I kind of want to see him in more villainous roles. This is going to be a must watch, mostly to spite that one guy who went insane over the Tom and Jerry movie. Don't ask, it's a long story. Then again, considering how the reviewing landscape is nowadays, I wouldn't be surprised. And I mean, like, I wouldn't be surprised if the whole thing with John Cena, because I remember, like, it wasn't that long ago where wrestling fans were in total shock seeing that John Cena turned heel at some point and suddenly became a villain in the WWE or something like that. Or I don't know, maybe like I'm getting some context wrong on that thing, but I wouldn't be surprised if he's just method acting to go and hype himself up, like to show you, it's like, this is how I'm gonna be in Coyote versus Acme. Okay, anyways, let's see now. It still feels surreal that this movie is actually coming out, but this looks extremely promising. The blending of animation and live action, while it looks hit and miss, the comedy is solid, and the jab at Warner Brothers was hilarious. So overall, I'm very excited for this. And honestly, regardless of how this movie turns out, I think we should just be grateful that we're even getting this movie to begin with. Yeah, honestly, that's kind of the big thing, and that is true. I mean, maybe there is a likelihood that this movie could be underwhelming. There is a chance that this movie could honestly suck. And like maybe that's all like in the trailer, that's all the best jokes that they would go and display. But still, though, it's still important for this movie to be released regardless, not to be lost in time, and to make sure that all the hard work that all these filmmakers and that all the actors and that all the artists and animators who have been involved with it, that they actually get their moment in the spotlight and see all their hard work be displayed on the big screen. I think it is important that, we make that happen in the first place. And I'm really happy to see that that mission is accomplished. Even if maybe this could turn out to be underwhelming and maybe it won't turn out to be as good, the fact that it is coming out, that is still an achievement that is worth applauding for. All right, let's see what we got here. I can't believe we're finally here talking about the trailer of this. I honestly didn't believe this will never get released at all, but I'm glad it is. The animation doesn't look that bad. I get that they are trying to make the Looney Tunes characters look hand-drawn, and I heard that they had help from hand-drawn animators. So yeah, I absolutely can't wait to see Coyote versus Acme this August. I mean, yeah, I do get it, because like with the anime, like that's why for me, I have very complex feelings for it, because again, there's a part of it where I see that it's good, but then there's also another part where I see it's like, that doesn't look good at all. Like I'm very mixed, but again, that's only just like a part of the whole picture of this. I mean, like, yeah, one aspect of it might be mixed, but that doesn't change that the rest of it, so far with what they're displaying with the comedy, with the live action actors and stuff like that, they nailed it. Like, it is still great. I mean, even if the animation just turns out to be like mid, like, if the movie can be funny, I think it can make things up for it. That's why, like, regardless of my feelings towards that part, as I said before, I'm still very excited for it. Let's see now. What do we got here? After all the fight to get this movie out there, I'm very happy that Coyote vs. ACME is getting released. The animation is fine, yet very fun. The humor is loony as always, and seeing John Cena going against Wile E. Coyote is hilarious. The one thing I'm not looking forward to is the cartoon community calling it mid or bad if the film doesn't meet their standards. But again, it's bound to happen because they know how to bring up drama. Regardless, I'm hyped to seeing this film. It deserves to be seen. Well, then again, yeah, that's just the cartoon community. And I mean, considering how they, like, especially those on Twitter, that they're just so desperate for attention, I wouldn't be surprised if they'll try to go and find a way to be more negative towards it. I mean, some of them actually have with The Day the Earth Blew Up, a Looney Tunes movie, where all they cared about was talking about how it was a flop just so they could go and cash in on the hatred towards Warner Brothers and David Zaslav. I mean, honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if some people in the cartoon community would just want to go and focus on the cynical side of the discussions about this, because cynicism is the only emotion they know how to go and convey. Let's see now. You see, Warner Brothers, this is what happens when you decide to make a tax write-off for this movie. You get a 100-second middle finger in the trailer form. Hell, they literally called it a subsidiary of ACME. This is great, from the humor to how it uses courtroom drama and lampoons them, but the animation might take some get used to of it as time goes on. I've seen this 5 times, but still, overall, great trailer and a great FU to Warner Brothers. Honestly, you actually bring up a very good point. Like, if anything, I may have my criticisms now, but that's just my first impressions of the animation. Maybe this could change when I'll see the movie in full, and I could probably get used to the style, depending on how the movie itself is. So you do bring up a good point there. Okay, and now I'll go and read one more comment here. So, I think we won, guys. The Day the Earth Blew Up was a great first impression for these Looney Tunes movies, and this might even be funnier, especially since it looks like it'll be a great throwback to films like Roger Rabbit and Back in Action. The whole community prayed for this to be released, and you better go see it, or else I'll never let you hear the end of it. Oh, yeah. I think, honestly, if this turns out to be a box office bomb, then I think it's really going to be the fans' fault at that point. I think that's going to be where we got to look towards the fans, where it's well, it didn't turn out the way you wanted. Well, that's just on you. But still, though, I will say, yes, I may have my few criticisms with the trailer, but still, though, it is very promising, and it certainly did have me laughing. So I'm definitely hyped up. I'm definitely hyped up for it, like many others. And if you're excited to go and check out Coyote vs. ACME, then keep in mind that the film shall be coming out to theaters on August 28th.